Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Akuban Nights. It's been a week or so.
Shenanigans is what you wanted to say, right? Welcome back to Shenanigans.
Sure. Aren't you glad to be here?
On this episode, the cast falls out over the definition of an orange.
Yep.
Tell me, what is the definition of an orange, Maya?
It's orange.
We actually get
And you put it in your mouth.
So a carrot is an orange.
So you drop it into your computer, and then you pick it up, then you peel it, and then you eat it. That's how it works.
I mean,
If Faye thinks it's not an orange, it's probably an orange.
that's
the definition of an orange.
there we go.
Some sass. Well, aside from oranges, how's everyone doing today?
Food.
Nom nom.
Slow and quiet?
So I'm naming things that are on my desk because I don't really have anything else going for me right now.
Are you contributing to the UK's cocaine problem?
The what?
The UK's cocaine problem.
I didn't know it had one.
Oh yeah, UK's got a big cocaine problem.
I didn't know we had a cocaine problem.
As
Oh,
big as
yeah.
Colombia?
Well, I mean, you guys consume more. Yeah.
Christ.
I think
Yeah.
that's mostly London.
It might mostly be London.
London's got a cocaine problem, and then everywhere else is just like, you what?
They
Maybe.
probably can't tell the difference between flour and cocaine.
No, it's like they'll test the sewage in, I guess maybe it's London, and it'll just come back with like, relatively high amounts of cocaine, something to that effect.
Maybe it just means that more people are getting caught, and they just quickly flush it down the drain.
Possibly. I don't
Cocaine
really know.
is a statistical outlier and should not be, counted.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a really scary amount of drugs in the sewage system.
2017 to 2018, 2.5% of people aged 16 to 59 took powdered cocaine in the UK.
So how come you're so interested in cocaine these days, Neal?
I'm not. I just whenever I read about the UK, it's always like, oh, their cocaine usage is back up again. Everyone is doing drugs over in.
Oh, it's back up again, just like bloody feet.
We're just like, it is? Hey, what? Somebody's on a bender.
It's just
UK
this one
sounds
guy that's skewing all the...
Cocaine have, yeah. He's a statistical outlier.
What about you, Faye? How's it going?
I'm a little bit under the weather, but that's okay. I took a power nap just before the show, so it should be fine.
Nice.
And she had extra time for a power nap.
Yeah.
Why did you have extra time for a power
I'm a
nap?
productive person.
Oh.
Oh, my life's exciting. I also really like Fuzzy's cup. I've said that before about 3 other cups, but I really like that one.
I have a lot of good cups.
Oh, I saw it said angry, not hungry.
No. I get hangry. I get really fucking hangry. I swear to God, it's one of the main reasons Bo keeps feeding me. It's just like, please, just stop. Eat a fucking biscuit for the love of God. Oh, everything's fine now. I love you. Right, that bad, but it's close. What was I going to say? Yeah, I've been horribly addicted to Minecraft.
The gaming edition of cocaine.
Do you need help?
No, it's cheaper than cocaine. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
It also makes for a good watching material. So
I'm just sat there mumbling about rockets and space and space creepers. It's got a helmet.
Well, speaking about Minecraft, Neka, weren't you gonna kick up a Minecraft server for people?
So in the next coming 2 or so weeks, I'm going to get myself a small server, and we're going to load up a community Minecraft server and see how well it goes. See if we get some people playing. See if we get too many people that it crashes the server over and over again, or see what happens.
How exciting!
We're going to try loading up a Dungeons and Dragons styled mod. I have no idea how intensive it's going to be. It's probably going to kill by everything, but we'll see.
How exciting!
Are you going to host the server, or?
Yeah, I'm going to host it.
What does
That
that
seems
mean?
like a horrible idea. Why don't you go with a server hosting company that specifically does Minecraft?
For reasons I can get to off camera.
Okay.
I'm also hoping
Banned from all the Minecraft servers ever.
yeah, I'm gonna do some like either manual or automatic permission stuff on it, so that we actually get like the community members actually connecting and not just anyone and everyone.
Cool. How will people know where to go or how to find that?
If you want more information about the Minecraft server as and when it comes up, then go onto the Discord, and I will be posting an announcement on it closer to when it's ready.
In the announcement subsection?
Probably in the announcements section.
Perfect.
And I may poke Neal to make a tweet about it.
I will probably be poked about that. All right.
Oh my.
Okay. So I think that's enough chit chat, right? Everyone's caught up on all the things.
So, Bud, how was your week?
Oh, right. Bud's not here. And you might be wondering why Bud is not here. And it's going to become readily apparent as it is a major plot point of today's session. So why don't we kick it back into game?
That's right. Maya's finally snapped and killed him.
Well, there goes today's session, everybody. It was going to be a long build up to Maya killing Bud, but now, fuck it. See you next week.
Wow. Wait, does that actually happen? I don't remember. I have no memory of this place.
See, look at this. What's what I'm talking about, guys. These Londoners and all their cocaine usage is driving us crazy.
I'm not even from London. I hate London. I've been to London like fucking 5 times ever.
I know. Well, I don't know that, but I know it would piss you off, so that's why I said it.
Damn you, Neal. Damn you. You know me too well. I must immediately change my personality so you can't get me anymore.
Yeah. I don't know why y'all hate the Londoners so much, but it's okay.
It's like another country, man. It's like another country. Okay, you know California? You know, like, just I don't know, San Francisco, LA, Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
You know that whole, the people there are just really weird and like self-involved, and they've got this entire thing going on, and you're just like, you don't even live on the same planet as the rest of us.
Well, that's just regular American behavior.
Yeah,
really
like,
weird and self-involved? Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, okay, I remember going to California and just being like, these people are weird. Like, Seattle was great, and then I went to freaking...
What? No. Seattle people are way weirder than California people. Hold on here.
Seattle's chill. Seattle's chill as fuck. I loved it.
Yeah, but those people are freaks, okay?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And then I got to freaking like Palm Springs and LA and San Francisco, and everybody's like, "Oh hi, how are you? This is great. I love you." And it's like, where is your cynicism? You have none. You scare me. And basically London's like that. Only everybody's an asshole rather than super enthusiastic.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, you're back in Wicthron Rarenta, the city whose name will never change. And you've arrived after slaying the rock. You had a dinner party where the announcement between Maya and Prince Hottie Pants had been announced. Bud was grievously wounded and, unconscious and wasn't able to attend the dinner. It's a fantastic night, and everyone goes to bed. You wake up the next morning. How do we do this? You wake up the next morning, and Bud doesn't show up for breakfast. Unsurprising. He's badly wounded. So you guys have your breakfast, and I guess after breakfast, it's maybe a little unusual for Bud to miss everything. Someone goes to check up on him. He's injured.
Well, I would probably have to change his bandages, so I guess I would check up on him after breakfast.
Yeah, it makes sense. You go to check up on Bud and arrive at his door. It is shut.
I knock on the door.
There's no response.
But are you awake?
Still as the grave.
I'm coming in. Then I'm opening the door.
You open the door and you see the bedroom has been ransacked. It looks like the sheets and bedding are all ripped off or like knocked about. There's a little bit of blood on the ground. Bookshelves have been, or nightstands have been knocked over. Things have been strewn about. Bud is nowhere to be found. His stuff is nowhere to be found. And there are clear signs of a struggle and a blood trail heading towards the very door that you are standing in.
Well, I shall take a step out of the door, and I'm closing the door behind me. Is there any guard inside?
Yeah, you see down at the end of the hallway, there's a guard doing a regular old patrol.
Excuse me, I'll exclaim in Eridonian.
The guard hears you calling to him and turns around and hustles back in your direction. And gives you a quizzical look, and then says, Yabba dabba doodah.
Oh my god. Gluten Tag?
Gluten Tag. Yabba dabba doodah.
I need my sister.
Picnic basket.
Can you fetch my sister? Bring her here. Maya here. Please?
Guard gives you a salute, turns on his heel, and slowly starts walking away.
Okay. Nice. And I'm standing in front of the door. I won't let anybody in there. I just have the door closed. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so that was the blood trail leading to the door, but if I look around, there's nothing outside here, right? Like there's no blood trail or anything?
Give me a perception check to investigate the area for clues.
Combat basic. Oh, my perception's amazing. Look at that.
Ooh, you pass.
Actually.
Yeah, you can see that the blood trail goes right up to the doorway, and then it like abruptly cuts off, as if it had continued, and then someone like swiped it up so that it didn't show on the other side of the doorway.
Right. Okay. And I guess I'll wait here and see if the guard comes back.
Yeah, a minute or so passes, and a couple minutes pass actually, and another guard appears coming from the other end of the hallway and starts, marching down and gives you a salute on the way past.
I give him a tiny salute back.
Yeah.
Hello.
He keeps going. Another few minutes pass, and you're getting a little impatient. None of these Akuban guards would take this long to get anything done. These stupid Drakissian guards are just so lazy. It's like sending
has no idea what I was saying and what just fucking.
Be able to find Maya. Where's Maya right now?
Yeah, where's Maya? What do you do after breakfast?
Prince Hottie Pants.
Probably Prince Hottie Pants. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. Oh my god.
They're probably just having a lovely chat over, a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you and Prince Hottie are chatting, and a couple of his sisters are over here, and they're chatting with him and chatting with you, and they're very excited about the wedding and don't particularly care about your country of origin. So, yeah, it's going great.
Yes, you could be flower girls. Yes, that's fine.
Flower girl? Well, who's going to be your maid of honor? Don't you need someone?
Probably my sister would be my maid of honor.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Well, she is my closest living relative.
Yeah, but she's a priestess, right? It just feels a little weird to have a priestess up there as your maid of honor. Maybe she should do the officiating of the ceremony. Wouldn't that make more sense? She is a priestess of life.
I will speak to her about it and see what she wants. I'll give her the choice.
That seems to satisfy them.
Yeah. But yes, family gets first refusal, of course.
Of course. Family's always first.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So a few more minutes pass, and Sarah, you're fairly convinced that that guard had no idea what you were saying and just left to escape an awkward situation.
God. Surrounded by... Okay, I'm going to open the door again. Is there a key on the other side of the door?
No, there's not.
Okay, I'll just close the door and I'm just gonna rush down the hallway as fast as I can to where I would assume to find Maya, I guess.
The morning room. The morning room.
It's the morning room right next to the dining room where you had your dinner or your breakfast, and she's there with Prince Hottie Pants and some of his sisters, and I think Sammy's over in a corner, nose buried in a book, being cordial and polite, but also standoffish.
Right.
That sounds like Sammy.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna say, what a wonderful, pleasant day. Hello, Nicholas. How is it going? Can I please steal my family real quick? I say it all in Eridonian.
Of course.
Perfect.
But in a little while, they'll be my family, and you won't be able to steal them away from me.
I chuckle politely, and I'm like, okay, very good. Have a wonderful
I'll give him a little
morning.
kiss on the cheek and just be like, I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just coming. Yeah, just
You can bring the book,
memorizing where
but
I'm
hurry.
Yeah, I'm coming. Okay.
Don't fold the page over. Heathen.
If you dog-ear those pages, my God.
Hey, they're
Anyway.
my books.
I totally do that.
Okay, I say we gotta be fast, and I start rushing towards Bud's room.
What, sister? Where are you? Why? Come. What's
I'll
the problem?
explain when we're there. Don't ask any questions yet. You'll see it for yourself.
Is he dead?
I mean, she's already darting down the hallway, so I don't know.
God.
Let's just.
Laura.
Is he dead or something? Why are we running? What's going on? Is he in a compromising position with somebody?
A few minutes later, you arrive at Bud's door.
And I open the door, a tiny little bit, and usher the two of them inside.
And sure enough, you see the mess, the clear signs of struggle, the blood stains, the blood trail that's been cleaned up.
I go in and I close the door behind the three of us.
Oh
I'm
God,
going
what?
I'm going to immediately start looking around like, okay, yeah, there's skullduggery afoot. Can I roll for perception?
Mm-hmm.
That's awful. Oh my God.
I think at first it's whatever, and then it slowly dawns on you air is missing. Wounded heir in capital where I'm marrying prince has been kidnapped out of the royal palace. And
Yes, our
maybe
brother is dead.
alarm bells start going off in your brains.
I'm pretty sure there was a blood
This is
trail
going to
left through the
stop at my
door.
wedding. Damn them.
And somebody must have wiped them, or I don't know, but they don't lead outside.
Can I go outside and look in the hallway and see if there's any clues with a new roll?
Yeah, go ahead and search the hallway as well.
Right, I'm going to search the hallway. Oh God, please roll better.
Nope, no clues in the hallway whatsoever.
What's the point of having 16 goddamn perception?
We need to lock down the castle. He could still be here, right?
Oh,
No,
yes.
listen. Stop it. Maya, come back inside.
Right.
Here's the problem. If we make a ruckus about it, it might be actually a bad thing in the end. It would be Queen Wake's job to look after her guests and make sure they are safe and secure, and this being a giant scandal just before the wedding might not be a good idea.
Well, we should definitely let them know, but perhaps in a quiet way. I could talk to Nicholas. He could probably have a quiet word in his mother's ear without making too big a deal of it.
Sure, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. I just don't want this to be a we're locking down the castle situation. I don't think that's gonna be good.
Well, we need to try and find him. Right, okay.
But they must have carried him though. He could barely walk when he arrived here.
I go to check the bed to see if it's warm. Warm.
Nope. It's quite cold.
I'm gonna look at check the windows and things. See if they've been left open or anything.
No. The windows are all shut and latched from the inside.
Is there a letter or anything? Did anybody leave
There's no letter.
Right, I'll go and talk to Nicholas then first directly.
Okay. anyone coming with you for this?
We should wait here.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going.
Don't
I
want
guess we're guarding the
anyone
room.
coming in,
Back
right?
immediately.
All right. You go and find Nicholas. He's still in the morning room with his sisters. He sees you pop in and smiles and says, family business done?
Nearly. Beloved, could I have a word for a second?
He gets up out of his seat, makes the "don't wait for me, ladies" gesture, and
I'll
Grand.
just go arm in arm with him and just go, so there's been a development with my brother. Now, don't make a fuss, but he's been kidnapped.
excuse me?
He's been kidnapped. His room has been ransacked. There's a trail of blood leading to his door. He's clearly gone. And yes, I think he's been kidnapped. We don't want to make a big fuss, though, because it would probably look bad for your family. Yes, I agree. Perhaps you could drop a quiet word in your mother's ear and,
Yes, I do believe this is a matter for the Queen. It would look quite bad for everyone involved if people are kidnapped out of the palace.
Yes, we can handle it discreetly, though, I'm sure. Don't worry.
Meet me in the war room with your... No, I'll bring Mother to Bud's room, Budarios's room.
Yes, of course, dear.
And then he scurries off quickly, hand on the hilt of his sword as he walks through the halls. And maybe 15 minutes later, he arrives with Queen Wick and 5 of her bodyguards at Budarios's room. In the meantime, what have you guys been doing in Bud's room for those 15-20 minutes?
Look for clues or roll better than me.
So you said his backpack has disappeared as well, right? Like his stuff that he had in there?
His gear is gone. Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff somebody had to drag out there.
Yeah. Actually, you rolled a 21, so you will see that under the bed are like the clothes that he was wearing that like got stripped off of him when he was wounded and put into bed, and then just never got packed back into his bag. So whatever he was wearing when he arrived is here, but all of his other stuff is gone.
Right. So they either dressed him again in something else, or he was carried out naked and bandaged.
One of those two.
He didn't participate in the dinner, you said?
Correct.
Or he did?
No, he did not. He was too wounded.
When was the last time any of us saw him?
When you brought him in through the palace yesterday evening.
Did he eat any dinner here? Like, do we see any food or anything?
There is a plate, yeah, with some mashed potatoes on it, and some green beans, and an artichoke heart.
Right. So it looks like somebody ate from that?
Yeah, it looks like it's been eaten somewhat.
Okay, so he was probably abducted at least after the dinner took place and after somebody brought him food. Okay.
All right, so Queen Wick shows up with her bodyguards. They all step into the room. The guards quickly fan out and check all the areas. One of the guards, who isn't wearing armor and doesn't have a shield and doesn't have a sword, casts a quick spell. And then just gives a nod to the other guards. They all step in. One stays on the outside. The door is shut. And Queen Wick looks around and goes, I hear Bud has been kidnapped.
I think you're muted, Fuzzy.
Indeed, Your Majesty. Obviously, we are greatly concerned over this, but we don't want to cause any undue panic.
She pauses and thinks for a moment. Well, I can't have my guests being kidnapped right out of my own royal palace. Clearly, someone has betrayed me and has betrayed you. So, let's get to the bottom of this.
What are the chances he could have left under his own power?
She looks directly at Sarah.
Very, very unlikely.
Bud wouldn't do that.
Well then, I will call my generals. We will form a large rescue party. We will search the city. We'll post posters. I'll send riders out to every town, and we will find him.
We should also ask Yasi about this. I think she was probably the last one who saw them. I think they wanted to write some letters yesterday.
There's a nod, and Yasi can be fetched. When she comes, she will bring with her a small box as well. And when she arrives, she says that she saw Bud last night. After dinner, I went to check up on him, and he had me transcribe a letter for him. She produces it from the box, which has some other like fabric rolled up inside of it, and hands the letter to, I guess, to Sarah. Sarah, I'm gonna PM you on Discord thing. There you go.
Ooh. I love the signature. Very good.
I
Oh my
have
god.
a
Holy shit.
magic science question.
Wait a minute. I think maybe this is not. She gives it to Maya. I'm sorry. This is not for you,
Okay,
Sarah.
never mind. I'm closing
Don't read
it. I'm
that.
not reading.
Don't read that. It's
I'm not reading.
for you.
I closed it already.
I misread.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have a magic-y / sciencey question.
It said beloved sister, so it was obviously not for me. That's okay.
Yep, you're not the beloved sister. There we go. I PM'd it to. God damn it, that's Faye again.
Stop doing that. The third time I'm gonna read it, okay? There's nothing you can do about that.
There we go.
There's
This
only
is
so
fun.
much patience I have.
Here you go, Fuzzy.
Gonna end up in the
Okay,
chat.
tempt me twice. What the hell?
God, his handwriting. Well, just,
Oh, this is Yassi's handwriting. Bud was too weak to
Yassi,
write
you
it.
raised by spiders.
No.
I'm joking. It's fine. Sorry, I'm a little yada yada. Restored, driven by pure situations. Yada yada.
Neil, is the blood trail? Is it like blood drizzled, or is it, you know, when you take somebody and you pull them, right? There's like gonna be one big
Action.
It starts as there's a blood spot in the bed where that looks just like his wounds have been sort of soaking through, and then there's a sort of like a I don't want to say a big pool, but like a larger splatter on the ground with some drag marks coming off of it, and then like a couple of like drops after that.
right. So it's
Yeah.
possible somebody dragged him and then they managed to like pull him up and like heaved him out or something like that. Okay.
Open the package. Let me know if you'll allow me to walk you to the altar and Father's place. I'd be very honest to do so. Show me the package.
She hands you a box.
I open it carefully in case it's a trap.
It
It
just
is.
explodes all of us. We're all dead. Long live the king.
Look, Maya's a little paranoid and on edge. Okay.
Inside the
Boxes
box is a wedding dress.
Is it the wedding dress I had input in?
I believe so. Yes. Unless he got another one made and didn't tell me, which I don't think is the case. Yes.
I'll just hand the note to. Sarah.
Lovely. Can I read the note? Can you post it again?
Oh, hang on. I can send it to you.
Thank you.
I sent
got it.
All right.
I love it.
I'm just gonna sort of like just pinch the bridge of my nose, and just be like, 10 will do. He's too more.
Blah, da, 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 blah, blah, blah.
She's like,
I don't think this has anything to do with his disappearance. It just sounds like Bud having,
Yep.
Bit-
Nothing to do with his inner.
moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was drinking? Yeah, see, was he drinking when you wrote this?
No, but he had lost a lot of blood.
Yeah,
It's practically the same.
He was very insistent about this. He seemed genuine and, what's the word? Heartfelt.
It gives us a tighter time frame of his disappearance, at least.
Sometime during the night, somebody snuck in, subdued him somehow, and snuck in.
Did anybody disappear from the dinner? Was there anybody who attended and then left early?
Give me a charisma check to see if you can remember social details like that at a party.
Oh God! Right, come on, charisma.
31, actually, Neal. I am the queen of party.
She is the party queen.
Apparently so. No, everyone in attendance at the dinner party was there all night, and everyone was having a great time. The only people who would have come and gone would have been the servants who were like going and fetching food and fetching things for the people there.
Was there anyone that should have been there that wasn't?
No,
That
the only
sounds-
people that should have.
The kidnapper would turn up at the dinner. We should question the guards first of all, see if anybody saw anything.
Queen Wick says, yes, our guards are good. There's always a guard posted on the castle doors, and there's only one way in and out, through the front gate. Surely they must have seen something. I will immediately summon the guards from last night. Same for the city. The walls have guards. And if we talk to the people at the gates, they will have seen something.
Hold on. If you have the dress now, that means Bud must have picked it up.
Or had it collected.
Or, yeah, probably by Yassi.
Yassi, did you collect the dress?
I think he said it was delivered here.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
By whom? I'm suspicious of everybody.
I don't remember who the tailor was, but I can ask about town.
Oh, I'm familiar with the tailor. I just wondered if you knew who actually made the delivery, whether it was the tailor himself or...
She shakes her head. No, I was not partial to that information. Privy to that information.
So, the first thing we need to establish is whether he has actually left the castle or not, or whether he's still here somewhere. It's much easier to hide somebody in a castle than try and sneak a large man out.
The queen turns to one of her guards, the one who cast a spell earlier, and gives him a nod, and the guard heads out the door and scurries down a hallway. The queen
Your
comes
Majesty,
and
I
sits on
realise
the
you
bed.
won't probably want to disclose the details, but surely you have at least one secret escape tunnel or something. I mean, that's fairly standard for royal palaces, right?
Of course. But
Does anybody...
She cocks her head. Continue.
Who would know about this thing? Who would have access?
Only my... She motions to her guards. My royal guards, my family members, my deepest and closest advisors, and maybe some old-timers who have worked here and learned things they shouldn't have. Only the people I would trust the most would know about that. And if one of them has betrayed me, then we are in serious trouble.
It's something to bear in mind. I am ruling nothing out at this point.
Wise, Maya. Very wise.
Did I notice what that guy was casting earlier? The spellcaster? I have spellcraft.
Give me
I
a
just have to look
spellcraft
it up.
check.
Whoop.
22. You can't quite decipher the whole thing, but you can recognize some of the motions and sounds made are related to invisibility. An invisibility spell.
Right, okay.
Is
You
he
can probably piece it together from there.
Detection, divination.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about, well, magic and science. I was going to ask earlier, and then things happened. So, the light spell basically gives me creatures that glow already.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked it up. There are some deep sea creatures that produce UV light. What are the chances that I have that? I have access to that.
0.0% chance that you've got UV producing deep sea creatures and that you know what UV light is?
Do you know any fishermen?
I'm a wizard, and
Well-
you know, it only takes producing these and seeing blood splatters on the ground once to kind of
Oh
like.
god, you want to go CSI Akuba on his room?
You can't summon a deep sea creature to look for forensic evidence.
It's everywhere. Oh, look at the bed.
Oh god.
They didn't bleach the sheets properly.
You don't have any luminol, all right? And the amount of UV light produced by those deep sea creatures, I doubt, is sufficient to work as a crime scene investigation tool.
So you couldn't magically produce UV light?
No, we're not.
Not with the
We're not
spell.
CSIing this stuff.
Aww.
There will be.
Spell, maybe.
You're no fun, Neal. You're no
If you
fun.
want, you can create a spell that like detects blood trails left behind, or like, you know, that will illuminate. You could create a spell that does this thing, but it would be its own separate thing and not some like pseudo combination between magic and science. It would just be a magical spell. You know?
All right. Every episode, I try something clever.
I
Every
appreciate
episode,
it.
Neal stomps you down.
I'll keep pushing. One day.
All right, one day. Anyway, the guards from the last night get summoned. They are not in their armor. They're just in their uniforms. They look a little groggy, like they've just been woken up, but they snap to attention and stand before you all. The queen looks at them and says in a tone commanding authority, "Guards, something has gone wrong." And she points to the blood on the ground. "Our most esteemed guests here have questions for you that you will need to answer directly, quickly, concisely, and clearly. Do you understand?" And they nod enthusiastically, and then she looks to Sarah and goes, "Well, proceed."
Please note how she has not said it truthfully. But that's okay.
I think that's sort of implied when the queen summons you.
Implied. Okay. I'm just gonna look at them and I'm gonna ask. Well, I only speak Eridonian. I guess somebody has to translate. But I'll ask who was on guard on this floor last evening during dinner time and after.
These are the gate guards, actually.
They're from outside.
From the gate to the palace. Palace gate guards, yeah.
Right. Who else who was not a dinner guest has entered the castle yesterday?
Since
That's
dinner,
around that
or?
time. I'd say since the start of the dinner.
May I ask some questions, sister?
No, I'm asking right now.
All right. Sorry.
Well, there were maybe 20 people that came and went during the time of dinner, or around that time.
Did you check that everybody left as well who entered?
No. Not everybody who entered left, and not everybody who left had entered during that period of time. The palace is a busy place, ma'am. People come and go often for many reasons.
Did anybody leave in the middle of the night?
Yes, there were a carriage
Possibly
left in the middle of the night.
Yes, a carriage. What did they transport?
We didn't check. When a royal carriage leaves, we don't search it. Two guards a driver and a guard out front, and blinds. The blinds on the windows were closed.
Right. I look at my brother and sister. Say that's probably the carriage then.
So, this royal carriage. Who has access to royal carriages?
Anyone in the stables? I mean, really?
Who is authorized to use a royal carriage?
He looks uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not sure. This is the royal palace. If a carriage leaves, we don't question it. It only official duty? Who would take a carriage that didn't have the right to take it?
A kidnapper.
Well, how are we supposed to know that someone would be kidnapped from the palace? That never happens. And in a royal carriage? They seem distraught and like
well, people
they're
at the stable
defensive.
would probably know if somebody transported something big towards the stables, right?
Perhaps, but it was late when the carriage left. Maybe the stable master had probably gone to bed by then.
I think I should go and investigate the stables. See if I can see anything. Trying to get if they did put him in a carriage, then trying to get him in there would be yes.
Yeah, as you are, finishing up this conversation and wrapping things up, the wizard steps back into the room and in Eridonian says for all assembled, Your Highness, it appears that 3 of our guards are missing this morning.
Ah. Trustworthy ones?
Everyone here in the palace is trustworthy. Clearly except for those who have kidnapped your brother.
Yes.
Well, did those guards leave their things behind? Are their things still there? Did you check in the barracks?
He nods. Yes, most of their effects are still here.
Most of?
I don't have a full accounting of what they own personally, but their barracks had things that's still in their footlockers, pictures or, drawings still on the walls.
Mementos, keepsakes?
I didn't think to spend too much time looking. I figured time was of the essence.
Gems,
I can give you
coins.
access to the guard room if you would like to search it thoroughly.
I would like to search the guard room thoroughly, and then I would like to go to the stables and search them thoroughly as well. What was the patrol part of these guards last night? Where were they posted?
They weren't. They were on duty during the day and off at night. It was Bran, Fran, and Jan. They're the missing ones.
Names aside, were there on guard duty anywhere near this room
No, they weren't on duty.
At the gate.
during the day?
If anything, they...
Brother, would you cast a spell to disguise someone as someone else?
I can cast a spell to
Illusion, that sort of thing.
make you unnoticed, not to disguise as someone else.
To answer your question, the guards were on patrol on the palace walls as their typical duty.
When were they last seen?
Why don't we head to the barracks and we can question their companions, their fellow guardsmen.
It should be worked out whether they're possible suspects or possible casualties.
Yes. Either somebody has offed them in the process of getting into the palace and then either hidden the bodies or taken their place, or they are complicit in the kidnapping.
You guys can all head to the guards' palace, or the guards' barracks, and there's some stirrings throughout the palace as the queen and her bodyguard marches through the hallways quickly, flanked by you guys and Yasi, and everyone's a little bit worried. You can hear the whispers of rumors starting around you. You get to the guards' barracks, and the 3 beds of Bran, Fran, and Jan are well made, as a proper guard would make their beds. The other guards are standing around staring at these 3 bunks, and you all step in. The guards stand at attention, give a salute, and wait for your questions.
When did you last see these 3 people?
The first guard speaks up. Well, I went to bed, right round the time your dinner party started. We ate earlier, so that's when I saw them. They were playing poker in the corner.
Indeed. So they were on duty during the day, and then they were seen after that.
Yes, ma'am.
Have they been behaving suspiciously at all? Anything out of the ordinary behavior?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody else seen them after that? After the game of poker?
The guards kind of exchange glances, looking to see if anyone will speak up or say anything, but no one, has seen them.
How close were the 3 of them? Were they friends, you would say?
Triplets?
Not related, but they were close friends. Always hanging out, chatting, trying to get shifts together so they throw a look at the queen. So they could work together.
So I'm sure you people had lots of opinions when it was announced that there was going to be a royal wedding. We're not going to take any of this personal, but I'll look at them. It is, you were asked to answer truthfully, so how do you think they felt about the royal wedding? I'm sure there was some gossip, right? People talk all the time.
They shift very uncomfortably in their seats, in their shoes. I
look at them with a friendly face.
Friendly face.
I'm like, is there anything you would like to tell me? I promise nothing bad is going to happen to you if you speak truthfully.
Give me a charisma check for how friendly your face is.
Well, that's. Can
I give her an assist by just putting my arm around her and be like, "It's wonderful, my sister."
16. It's not very good.
Give me a charisma check as well, Fuzzy. Yeah, they do not interpret this as friendly. And especially when Maya puts an arm around you and gives her like smile of teeth and daggers. Hey,
I am a fantastic actress. Come on now.
I might have overheard a few of them, Fran in particular, mention something about dirty Akubans ruining the bloodlines and bringing shame to our country.
You mean dogs? Akuban dogs is the word you were looking for.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna sort of like materialize next to this person and just be like, really, tell me more.
No, not much. I just, you overhear people say things when they're drinking and angry.
So they're biased against Akubans.
And they were angry, you say?
I'm gonna start going through their stuff and flipping the mattresses and just generally giving everything a really thorough search.
Yeah, it looks like their shit is all here. If they took
anything hidden inside mattresses, that kind of thing.
Did we catch this guy's name?
The guard that was speaking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Dan.
Thanks. So, Dan, you heard them speak up about this, and so you must have heard others speak up about it too, right? Anyway, what I'm getting at, did these 3 sound, extra mad? We're in Drekis, right?
Extra mad.
I'm sure there's more than a few guards that have distaste for Akubans, but
Your Highness, I don't know how to tell you this, but you are not well loved or received among the commoners in this country.
I'm shocked.
I understand. And in your professional and Christian opinion, were these individuals extra insistent.
I believe they hold the majority opinion.
So nothing extremist.
No, I don't think they were. I wouldn't have thought they were extremists. I wouldn't expect them to have done anything about it. The Royal Guards, after all.
Unless somebody came in and said they would pay them a pretty coin, and that they had the same opinion as these guards, right?
I wouldn't think any Royal Guard would be up for a bribe.
That's so, but poker works, right? And poker's also about money.
They shift uncomfortably. I don't know anything more. I'm sorry.
How long will it take to sweep the entire castle? I'd really like to know if these few bodies turn up or not.
One of the guards says 5 or 6 hours to sweep everything.
Don't forget to check the privies.
Of course. They're the first place I'll send these men to look, says one of the Royal Guards.
6 hours is too long to wait for this information.
Do I find anything while I'm like tossing the mattresses and thoroughly searching everything?
Yeah, you find a love letter that Jan has received from some boy. And it's a saucy love letter. Like, it's a smutty love letter.
Is it? Oh god.
Yeah. What's the word tumescent shows up multiple times.
That's a big one. Oh, it's illustrated.
There's nothing incriminating about it, but, Jan clearly has
I'm
a
keeping that for later.
distant lover.
Is it the kind of love letter that, oh shit, what's his name? Was it Finnegan's Wake?
It's, let's just call it the medieval form of sexting, Someone writes out all the things that they, it's basically someone writing down, like, the fantasy of what he would do with her / to her.
Joyce. Was it James Joyce? Love letters?
I don't know.
Really horrifying. Yeah, James Joyce. Just look up James Joyce's love letters because they are incredibly well written and pure filth. They're great.
I mean, these are probably not well written. These are just probably filth.
I want to put that in your and then with the.
I'm sorry. No, these are actually surprisingly well written. The writer made a natural 20 on their writing style, etiquette,
This
intelligence
is some
check.
James Joyce shit right here. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Very frayed edges from overuse.
Absolutely Google James Joyce's love
Read
letters.
far too many times.
What name is on the love letter?
It is to Jan from James McMahon.
All right, let's find this James McMahon.
I don't think this has anything to do with that, unless it's a very, very well-read coded letter.
No, but
Does it have any acrostics on it or anything?
A what?
Acrostics. The first letter of each sentence spells out something else.
Give me an intelligence check to look for secret clues within the letter. Nah, it's just a regular letter. It's just a smutty letter.
I mean, if we need some information right now, we can go to this person's place and see if they turned up there.
Unfortunately, there's no return address on James McMahon.
They could live. That's a long shot.
We could look up the directory, right?
That's
Yes,
a
the
lot.
medieval directory where they just keep everyone's name and address. No, there's no such thing.
The Rodriguesian Wrestling Federation.
Is one of those guys a carriage driver? Like, is one of them, proficient in carriage driving?
Yes, would any of them have special access to the carriages?
No, says the
Oh, yeah, that's a point. Is
wizard.
there any kind of census, record of births and deaths?
There is no census. No. The first census.
How do they manage the taxes? No wonder these kingdoms are in disarray. They have no record of their citizens.
Well, taxes are paid directly by the landowners, not by the individual citizenry. So the crown gets money from the landowners, and the landowners charge rent to the people who live on the land. So you don't need to know who lives in the kingdom for the crown to get their money.
So wait, there's no tax bans or anything. So like a peasant pays the same as a rich merchant. Dodgy mismanagement.
No, you don't have income tax. You just have property tax.
They are losing out on a whole bunch of money.
It's just structured differently. So
when I take over Turkissia, I'm going to reform the tax system.
Think about it this way. Whatever house you live in, you're going to pay a flat fee to live there, and it's going to be kind of steep, but then you never have to pay any other taxes. So if, instead of paying taxes and rent, you just pay a larger amount in rent. It works out. It's too complicated to go to random peasant number 5 and be like, how much money did you make last year, illiterate fuck? Right, and can you prove it? Give me your documentation. So, yeah.
Were there any guards stationed last night between the exit of the palace itself and the stables?
The palace has many exits to it, and then they, a couple exits that go out toward the courtyard. The stables are in the courtyard, and then there's the one main gate exit. So there aren't guards posted on every door, but if you talk to every guard in the palace, maybe somebody has seen something. It just depends on how much time you want to spend.
Somebody must have dragged a really large package to the stable, right?
Someone might have seen something, yes.
I'd like to go down to the stables now and have a look around.
Sure. The retinue of royal guards comes with you. One of the royal guards also grabs James McMahon and brings him with you.
Wait,
just in case you have more questions. Not bound, but grabs him by the collar, saying in case we have any other questions for you while we're at the stables.
I see.
You guys head down to the stables.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are stables.
I'm gonna go back to the Bud's room, see if I can pick up on anything.
I'm going to thoroughly search the stables and hope to roll better.
I'll meet up.
All right.
Split up and search for clues, Shaggy. Sammy.
So, stables. Sure enough, a carriage is missing. Yes. The stable master, when he sees everyone coming, having no idea what's going on, immediately starts walking towards the queen, and one of the guards steps in the way and puts his hand on the sword, halfway drawing, and the stable master halts and kind of puts his hands up and goes, excuse me, your highness, a carriage is missing. Someone fucking stole a carriage in the middle of the night. I don't know what to tell you, Your Majesty. This has never happened before. I've been here 35 years. Who steals a carriage? From the Queen. It's the Queen's carriage. We know what it looks like. The whole countryside knows what it looks like.
Indeed. I'd like to search the stables, if I may.
Who the fuck are you? Which brings glowers from the Queen and everyone else, and his tone changes and he goes, would you like some fucking help? That's what I meant to say.
I am Princess Mayor of Akuban, and
the stable master gives you a really deep bow. Right, well, here's the stables. So where we keep the horses, it's where we keep the carriages, it's where we keep the feed, this is the bucket where we keep the carrots.
Indeed.
Over there's the saddles.
Has it been mucked out yet today?
No, we hadn't started mucking yet.
Good, right. So hopefully nothing much will have been disturbed. Show me the place where the carriage was stored.
Oh, right fucking here. Right here, milady. Ma'am,
Don't worry about
miss.
swearing, I'm busy.
There's clearly wagon tracks where a carriage had pulled out, and there's another carriage right next to it. It's a carriage
I'm
garage.
gonna look for sort of scuffs on the floor, any sort of blood stains, anything like that.
Give me another perception check to search the area. In fact, all of you siblings.
On. Oh, come on! I don't think Maya wants to find him.
23.
Maya's finding clues and promptly ignoring them. Oh, nope, didn't see anything here. No. You start searching, Maya.
Reroll or something? Can I? God damn it.
No.
I rolled a 23.
You've rolled a 23. Maya can't find shit, but that's only because you get to it first. And sure enough, on the passenger side of the carriage chamber,
Do
where it
carriages
would be.
have a passenger side?
I guess not. The driver does sit in the middle. All right. On the back left side, there, where the door would have been, there is some blood in the straw at the ground.
Right there. I send I point towards it.
Oh, yes. So, there is a good chance that he was indeed taken by carriage. Which means that if we work on the assumption he's not in the palace anymore, means that perhaps we should send riders out looking for the carriage.
And for people who've seen the carriage leave,
Yes.
possibly go straight to the city guards and ask them if they saw anything at the gates as well.
The queen nods and says, that is a wise judgment. There are only 2 exits from the city by road that a carriage could have gone, one to the north and one to the south. Why don't you take the north gate? I'll send my men to the south gate, and I'll have them report back here if they find anything.
Sounds good. Let our brother know that we went to the south gate. I'm gonna grab a horse. I'm getting a horse. I'm gonna lend a hand to Maya and say, hop on.
The 2 of you mount up on a horse, and let's flip back over to Sammy in Bud's bedroom, looking for clues. Shaggy, what's going on?
All right, Shaggy is lifting up a bunch of stuff, possibly looking for any clues that we missed, or some residue from spells, and after that, I'm gonna, snort some cocaine and see if any actual detect magic residue.
Fucking Londoners.
But the sewers, Nika, the sewers.
To see if there's any detect magic residue from any spellcraft in this room.
All right. So give me an intelligence check to look for clues, or a perception check to look for clues.
Perception. 24.
Right. You look around. The only thing that you really see is the blood stains and the mess of things here. None of the blankets or pillows are torn or ripped in any way, but you also realize that Bud was pretty out of it. It wouldn't have been difficult to get him out of the room in that state. So no other clues to be found here, at least with the 24. And then you cast Detect Magic and scan the area and find no magical residue anywhere.
All right. I'm going to leave the room and try to locate the wherever the magic people hang out, the royal wizard.
The cool kids.
Yeah, well,
Is there like a wizard's break room somewhere? Everybody's like,
there is not a wizard's break room.
A research area or something.
One of the queen's guards.
Just around the water cooler being like, demons these days, I know, right?
One of the queen's guards is a wizard, and she also has an archmage that she keeps on hand for,
Yeah, I've come across him before.
Sure, but those are the only 2 wizards in the palace that you are aware of, and they do not share a communal space in any way, shape, or form. And if they did, it would be locked to outsiders.
Fuck, if I try talking to a guard, they're just gonna speak Dracissian to me.
Welcome to my life.
Is the queen hanging about somewhere?
No, because she's down at the stables because you left the party behind, Shaggy. Why'd you split the party?
Because Shaggy's looking for clues.
Shaggy's looking for a sandwich. That's what Shaggy's looking for.
Look, I don't have any Scooby
We need to
stacks.
find you a Scooby.
I need a Scooby.
We all know exactly what a sandwich is a metaphor for, Shaggy. You druggy.
Can't you just conjure a dog asking for a friend?
I mean,
Would
I
a dog
could.
find a blood trail? Probably, but probably not when someone's already in the carriage.
Oh my god, yeah, conjure a bloodhound.
Can I conjure a bloodhound?
Can you?
You can conjure a horse.
How many
I could conjure a horse with horsehair, but would I be able? Okay, is there immediate access to bloodhound hair, Neal?
Do they have hounds in the palace? I mean, it's a palace. They've got dogs, right?
Yeah, the
Surely.
palace has bloodhounds. I don't know if you can conjure your own.
I can conjure my own as a mount for, like, you know, a really small person if I can
or a
get
pixie, for
access.
example?
Yeah,
exactly.
but if you conjure it as a mount, it's only going to work as a mount. You can't conjure it as a mount and then be like, go track this, right? It's just you know.
Yeah.
You need, yeah.
All right, in that case, then I'm actually going to go down to the bloodhound area, the bloodhound room.
kennels.
The
Mhm.
bloodhound break room.
They're all drinking coffee and
The whole
waiting
gang
for the
is
next
here.
assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try and pick up my own Scooby.
Sure. All right. You
and
had
before I leave, I'm also gonna grab some sweaty bud garments.
some sweaty bud garden. Got it.
Garments, so that
Garments.
to pick up the scent of bud.
All right.
Oh, bud. Oh my god, I
Bud.
thought you said butt garments, and I was like, what?
I want
Do
some
I need
stinky
butt garments?
underwear.
It's disgusting.
All right.
Darius.
You find in the bloodhound area the the kennel master and his assistant. It's James and Michael. They are father and
Do
son.
they speak Eridonian?
Let's see if James or Michael speaks Eridonian.
Come on, James.
James
you're
does not.
sophisticated. God
His
damn it.
son does not. Nope.
All right, I'm going to cast a spell in their vicinity and attempt to place my hand on their shoulder. I'm just gonna
Sure.
be like motioning, like, just give me 1 sec, just reading a
Yeah,
book,
but do that.
and then like place my hand on their shoulder.
Donkey Sheen. Come on.
Sorry, I don't speak Drakissian, but this can let you understand me. I need access to a bloodhound. My brother's gone missing, and the Queen's given us access to things to track him.
This allows you to understand them as well, right?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand them. They can understand me.
Perfect. The
As
first
long as
guy
we're in
goes,
contact. The other guy can't understand a thing.
"You're telling me the Queen sent you over here, a man who doesn't even speak the language, and who I've never seen before, to pick up a couple of dogs."
I'm Prince Sammy of Akuba. I'm with Sarah, Maya, and Badarius.
And I'm Prince Vanderhorn of Gadia.
Look, Badarius has been captured, and
Who names their son Medarius? What a stupid name.
have you even heard of the royal wedding?
What royal wedding? No one's getting married.
Look, find me a guard that can speak Eridonian. And-
What? Why? You speak Akuban.
I speak Eridonian.
No, you're
Two.
speaking Akuban.
Do you
Right
speak
now.
Akuban?
You're speaking Akuban right now.
Are you speaking Akuban right now?
Of course I am.
Oh my god, this is so awkward.
No, wait, sorry. You're speaking Drakissian right now, sorry.
I was about to say, like, stop. Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like,
Sorry.
they're trying to speak Akuban to me right now. It's like,
I
what?
thought this was part of the plot, and we just revealed the biggest thing. No, it isn't. No,
No. You're speaking Drakissian. Why do you need... What are you
Ask your
talking
friend. Look, he doesn't
What is
understand the
this
thing
guy
I'm
on
saying.
about?
This is magic.
Right.
There's a reason why I'm holding your shoulder, sir.
I thought you were just really friendly. This isn't like a ploy to go to the privy with me, is it?
Look, I'm requesting access to a bloodhound because I need to track my brother. He's been captured, and we need to find him.
Sure, yeah, totally. Random strangers showing up in the palace trying to steal dogs.
Look,
totally
who
legit.
do you need to fuck, what's it called? Sign off on this.
Who the fuck does this guy think he is? Mate, did you break in here? Maybe we should... Hey, James, maybe you should go get a guard. This guy seems fishy as fuck.
Oh my...
No, Michael, go get a guard. Michael's the young one. The young boy trots off. While James is like crossing his arms at you and goes, you know, this is a kennel full of dogs. A single whistle, I could have them on you in a heartbeat.
And then when the queen finds out, she would have your head.
Well... He gives a shrug. He clearly does not trust you. And your insistence that he just take your word for everything is only making him more stubborn.
I need a Scooby.
You need a Scooby, right. So, meanwhile, the rest of the party has fled and scattered into different directions, and we're going to flip back to them on the other side of our break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye-bye.